Hello, friends. Hopefully, you're well and safe. As usual, we try to find some inspiration in the Torah portion of this week. We read of the story where the king of Moab, his name was Balak, hires a non-Jewish prophet to curse the Jewish people because he's concerned that the Jewish people may come and attack him and his people. Balaam, the prophet, is agreeable. However, he seeks God's permission, which he doesn't get easily. And there's groups of different messengers and ministers that come on behalf of the king to approach the prophet and get him to agree to curse the Jewish people. And finally, God says to the prophet, he says, you know what? If these people that are with you are here to get you to go with them, you should know that you can go with them, but you will only say what I allow you to say. And so Balaam heads out with them. And here God gets upset. The Torah tells us, Vayichar af Elokim. God gets angry because a prophet, someone who's in direct communication with God, should have known better. God told him enough times that he did not want him going to curse, and now he was going along with them to curse. Within the very same verse, the Torah tells us that while he's on the way, God places or sends Vayityasev Malach Hashem Baderech L'Satan Lo. There's an angel of God that's standing in the middle of the way to block the prophet from going to curse the Jewish people. Balaam does not see the angel, his donkey does. Eventually, his eyes are opened and he gets to see this angel. But what's really puzzling here is within the same verse, God is described with two different names. When it talks about God becoming angry with Balaam, it says, Vayichar af Elokim. When it talks about the angel of God who's standing in the way, there it uses the other name of God that we're probably more familiar with, which is Ado, etc., the name we don't utter unless in a blessing or reciting a full verse. But why the change of name? And this is so obvious, such an open question, that Rashi comments and says that Elokim represents judgment, and when God is angry, that's why that name is used, because that's the emotion that God is expressing. And the other name of God, Ado, etc., is more compassion. And so God sends this angel to block the prophet from going to curse the Jewish people out of compassion, not only for the Jewish people, but for the prophet himself, that he should not be doing this. And the Rebbe once taught, he said, isn't this amazing? The love, the compassion that God has for everyone, including this wicked prophet who's going to use this amazing power that he has, a power invested within him, ideally for blessing and bringing good tidings, yet he's turning this around and he wants to use it for cursing the Jews. Nonetheless, even after God told him, he still goes. God told him not to go. He still is going, and yet God is still compassionate, still feels greatly and dearly for him. How much more so that we are to feel towards one another. None of us are anywhere near the evil of this prophet. We certainly should feel for each other and always look out for the best. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.